What is going on, you guys? It is Daniel Zuniga with Couch Potato Sports, and I have another very special guest. It is UNM cornerback and return specialist Abraham Williams. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Doing amazing. Have you been to Real Talkers before?
Nah, this is actually my first time here.
So I want to give them a shout out because when I first knew Rio Tacos, they were a food truck. And now they have this very successful location. It's off of Alameda, and look at this amazing food. This is a Sophia cheesecake. I'm going to have to eat this for today because I'm trying to lose some weight. So, no, I'm just kidding. But you ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
So the first thing I want to ask you is, obviously, when I'm watching the tape, as a corner, you got outside versatility. You can play on the inside. You can play anywhere on the safety positions. So who are some guys you can model your game on?
I like to be original. So Jalen Ramsey, Patrick Sertan. Big one is Patrick Peterson.
Obviously, Sertan is the best in the game right now, reigning Defensive Player of the Year. I'm a huge Broncos fan, so Jahdae Barron is one of my favorite players at the moment. Love the pick. One of the things I love hearing from Jahdae Barron is that he uses his experience as like when he used to train for boxing to help him as a slot corner. Is there any sports that you would say, have a correlation to helping you play the game?
I would say track, especially when it comes to returning the ball. The ability to have the speed, of course, and acceleration. So I would say track definitely kind of correlates when it comes to returning.
And you are no joke. I mean, you've already established your name and then some as a returner. I mean, seriously, it's like the vision is Devin Hester like in college. You've been on so many preseason first team lists and all that. I mean, there's so many that you can just come to mind, but you're trying to make your name known this year as a corner. So what are some stuff that you've been sharpening this offseason?
I would say when it comes to the mental aspect of the game, it's not all about your athleticism. I've been really focused on just watching a lot of film and studying the game more just to sharpen my mental. I feel like when I sharpen that, I would just be a lot better in that aspect.
Honestly, defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions to play. It seems that every year there are rules that come out to make your job harder. So for those who don't know, for those looking on the outside, for those couch potatoes screaming from the couch, what are some things that are just, they don't see that makes your job extra difficult?
I would say watching as a fan or just someone in the stands, it may look a lot easy, but I think as a corner, we have a lot of responsibilities. You got to know the formation. You got guys coming full speed at you while you're moving backwards. I think it's just a lot that goes into it. Technique, feet work, trying to catch the ball. There's a lot that goes into it.
No, for sure. And then obviously, you just came to UNM. So first off, how you liking New Mexico so far?
I love it here. One thing for sure I like is the food.
We got good food here.
Yeah, I'm a big foodie, so it's been great.
Well, I'll have to let you know because I'm always a food truck judge. Like during April, but I'll let you know when that goes on because it's so much food for me to eat. But what are some good spots that you found around the area that you?
One place I would say I like is Triton Exodus. Burger is pretty good. I also like Frank's. I like their chicken and waffles.
For those who don't know, before we start recording, he told me he's on the lookout for some breakfast spots. So please, if you know any good breakfast spots, let him know. I think Wex is a good one, Golden Pride, just to name a few. But, getting back to football, I talked to a couple of the UNM football players, and the guy that always comes up as far as like, who are you trying to model your game after? Like, as far as like off-season stuff, or like how you show up, mentality, all that stuff, who do you want to be like? Your name comes up in a lot of those conversations, and they really say that you are one of the dogs in that locker room. So what does that mean to have that kind of praise?
For me, that means a lot. It kind of just gives me motivation to just keep going and keep doing what I'm doing, just continue to be.
Like I mentioned before, we're called Couch Potato because I am no football player. I was the second string offensive guard when I was in middle school. So keyword, I sucked. But I fell in love with the game. I remember there was one time, Christmas Eve, I'm a Broncos fan. Jay Cutler, the days when they had Jay Cutler. I was like, Dad, can I stay up and watch the Broncos play the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers at the time? And he was like, no, you got to go to school in the morning. And I was like, okay, cool. And I remember like hiding underneath like a little table so I could watch my dad watching the game. And I remember my dad knew that I was down there because he was like, are you thirsty? And I was like, no, I'm okay. But he knew that I was watching the game. The Broncos got destroyed, which they generally do. But still, what is a moment in your life where you're like, okay, I love this. I love this game?
I grew up as a Vikings fan. How that kind of happened, it's kind of just one day I was outside and just kind of playing with the kids on the field. And one of the guys was like, you remind me of Adrian Peterson. And I just remember going home and looking up Adrian Peterson. and I seen his highlights. It's really good, and I think that was a moment where this is something.
Because I remember Jack Stack talked about a similar situation where he met Adrian Peterson. It was like one of the coolest days of his life. And so you've been familiar with the X for a couple of years now. So he was one of the most sought out coaches in the country. I mean, just from all the success, everywhere he goes, it's just a string of success. So what can people be expecting from the Eckway for UNM football?
For one, a guy that just try to get everyone on board. He's dedicated to his work. He's dedicated to the team, getting us better. The fans should be excited.
And who are some guys that we should keep our eyes out for this year?
Jackson Eck, Jack Lane, defensive side, Sean, out for John Johnson.
You should let Coach Eck know that if he does need like a pass catcher, like I'm available, I'm not doing it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I'd be injured the first play of the game. I pull my hammy. So can I also ask you too, just as again somebody who's looking on the outside, what does it mean to be up in the new college football game?
This is truly a blessing. I think it's just funny, kind of just looking at the ratings. First thing I looked at was my speed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's updated yet, but I seen I was at 85 speed, and I was kind of upset about that. So hopefully they put my speed up. But yeah, no, I think it's a blessing. I'm truly blessed for sure.
I am genuinely curious sometimes about like, because as a football guy, you know, EA, right? It's still the same thing. Bo Nix had the incredible season that he did. He's like a 78, like a 77, and all this stuff. I'm just like, for arm strength, that's the biggest one too, is because he had the longest throw of the season, and they put him like very low on arm strength. It's like, who's watching this thing? I don't know. But
I just hope they put my speed up.
And then now just for some fun questions. So you mentioned that you're a foodie. You've been in a couple, spots. If you went to Weber and then you went to Idaho and then now you're in New Mexico. What are some great spots you've been to along the way, or even in your hometown?
Back in Idaho, I would say it's a food truck spot that I miss.
Food truck.
It's called The Grub. And
The Grub.
The Grub, yeah. And it was like, they made like some mac and cheese type pizza thing. It was my favorite. I really love breakfast, so it's a place called Birds. Amazing breakfast. I miss that spot a lot.
I really think that, like, as somebody who's lived in New Mexico for such a long time, I think we have the best breakfast burritos out here, like the best one. So if anybody wants to go out every day and just try every single spot, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah, the breakfast. You've been to Blake's, right?
No, I haven't.
Blake's Burger? Oh, you got to try that out. Don't worry, he'll get out there and he'll try it. No, they got really well known. They're well known for their breakfast burritos and stuff. So the next question I want to ask you is, what is your favorite sports movie?
This isn't considered a sports movie, but I really do love The Last Dance.
No, that was like the documentary series. That was like the best during the pandemic. I think it was when it came out. No, I agree. What about your just favorite movie in general?
Favorite movie? Yeah. I love Batman, so all of the Batman series.
Just like every single, doesn't matter if it's Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, love to see it. I gotta be honest, have you seen the latest one, the Batman Part 1? That was one of the best experiences I've ever had in the theater. I'm just like, the shots of the rain falling on the bat signal.
It's actually my favorite movie.
Oh, really?
It's my favorite movie. I love
gosh. And I'm sorry, spoilers here, but I do gotta brag on it. When he came out of the elevator and he was like attacking everybody, it was all the bullet stuff. Oh my God, that was so
cool. It's just so real.
Now, what about your favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? Yes. I love Squid Games.
Squid Games. And I was thinking about this. I was talking about it to my therapist like a week ago, but I think I have like the curse of the Squid Game or something like that. But okay, here it is. Every time there's a new season of Squid Games that comes out, I will watch it with my girlfriend, and then within that month of watching that season, we'll break up. Just like everything is fine. She'll be like, "Do you want to watch Squid Games?" I'll be like, "Sure." And I remember it was like season 1. I had a different number, but then we broke up like a month after. And then season 2 came out, and we broke up. I'm like, is there some sort of correlation here? I kind of hate Squid Games. So I don't, to be honest, I've heard nothing, but I kind of have like a sick taste in my mouth about Squid Games. I'm like, oh shoot, what's gonna happen now? I don't know. Yeah, so be careful, man. If you have a girlfriend in Squid Game, just be careful. So what is a good hype-up song for you? What gets you going? Yeah.
I would say Broadway, No Deal.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
There's because I interview a lot of high school football players on my page sometimes, and a lot of them mention Ken Carson. Is he like a rapper or something?
Yeah, he's a rapper. I think he's just kind of just a newer age rapper.
Oh, the newer. Okay, I got you. you're on a long road trip. You stop at a gas station. You got a selection of snack and drink. What are you getting?
Okay, so I'm gonna get Slim Jims.
Slim Jims,
I'm gonna
okay.
get the Body Armor, the purple one. I think it's
Like the Mamba, yeah.
Takis or the Limon Lays. Lifesavers. The cookies and cream Hershey's.
You stocking up? I love it. No, I want to go on a road trip with this guy.
Yeah.
You've seen Space Jam, right? Space Jam. I don't even know why I'm asking that question. Everyone's seen Space Jam. But you got to choose, including yourself, so 4 teammates from the current UNM Lobos roster right now. The Monsters come, the Monstars, and you got to play them.
Okay.
Which 4 Lobos are you choosing?
Okiki.
Okay.
He's gone.
So,
Aiden Sheridan. I'll get John Johnson, Frankie Evans.
nice. That's a great team. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I know it's like 4th of July weekend. I personally hate fireworks and like a dog. I just want to go hide, you know? But no, thank you so much for making the time. You guys can catch the UNM Lobos. Their first home game of the year is September 6th against Idaho State, a team that you guys are very familiar with. A lot of the incoming Lobos. Is there anything else you want to let the people know about you that I didn't ask? Or?
Yeah, I would just say I think it's going to be a really great year, and I just want all the fans to come out and support us. And yeah.
Well, of course, I can't do this for that long without putting my whole fist in my mouth. So Mila here's going to help me ask some questions. Mila goes Joe Harris as well. I've known her since 2nd grade, right? 2nd or 1st grade. Anyway, she's better at this than I am. So Mila, please take it away.
Did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I actually played soccer when I was younger, and also track. Played a little bit of basketball. Did you play any sports?
Yeah, cheer, wrestling, softball. When did you start playing football?
I started playing football when I was 10 years old. So, I'm like 23. I'm 23 now, so it's been like a long time. So I've been playing.
How much commitment did it take to get into college football?
It actually took a lot of commitment. I had to put my focus a lot into it. I had to work a lot. I had to put some time into myself and kind of just like keep pushing, because it gets hard sometimes, and you just kind of have to have that mindset, just keep going, keep pushing. So I would say it takes a lot of commitment.
Do you have any things to say younger kids who want to be in college sports?
I would say nowadays, if there's like a certain standard that you have to be, I would say just try to just be yourself and just work hard. And if you do those 2 things, you'll be successful.